Hello everyone, I'm Bethany with Texas Women's University Fitness and Recreation, and this is Virtual Mat Pilates. Today we actually will have the elective to use one piece of equipment. This is my makeshift roll-up bar. So anything that is small and cylindrical that you can extend away from your torso that is at least shoulder distance apart. Here we go. But we'll use that guy here in a little bit. As far as pacing yourself, please make sure that you listen to your body. Pilates should feel like we are challenging ourselves, but not miserable. And let's remember to take breaks and hydrate throughout the workout as you see fit for yourself. Alrighty, let's come to our backs, and we will begin with breathing, knees to ceiling, feet planted about sits bones distance apart, which is the back of your hips that you sit on when you're sitting in a chair. Palms face down on the mat of the floor on either side of the hips. Let's begin in a neutral spinal position here. Taking a full breath in, feeling the rib cage expand and press lightly into the back of the floor. And then we'll exhale and feel everything lightly funnel down, drawing toward the back of the spine. Let's take another breath in. Everything expands, and then exhale. Everything draws in. One more breath like this. Breathing in and out. All right, let's go into our imprint and release. So we're going to flatten the low back about 30% into the floor, so not fully smooshed, curling the pelvis in toward ourselves. And then we'll exhale to lengthen back out to a neutral spine. Let's take two more. Inhaling into our imprint, and then exhaling to release. Last one, inhaling to imprint, and then exhale to release. Let's add on. We'll inhale in our imprint, and then we'll exhale and begin to curl the rest of the spine up off that mat, one vertebrae at a time, leaving the backs of the shoulder blades still on the mat. We'll inhale here at the top, and then we'll exhale to begin rolling that spine right back down to the floor, one vertebrae at a time, releasing the hips last. Let's inhale as we pass through our imprint, and then exhale to curl that spine up off the floor. Inhaling at the top, and then exhaling to roll that spine right back down, releasing the hips last. Last one like this. Let's inhale, pass through our imprint, exhale, curl those hips up off the mat. Inhale at the top, and then exhale. Let's roll the spine right back down to the floor, releasing the hips last. All right, we're gonna add on, so we'll take just one more. Inhaling as we pass through our imprint, and then exhaling to curl that spine up off the mat. And then we'll inhale to hold here, and then exhale, pulse gently up, about ½ inch for one. Inhale to lower, just ½ inch. Exhale, pulse for 2. Exhale for 3. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 5. Exhale, 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Inhale here. And then exhale, let's slowly curl. Taking that spine right back down to the floor, releasing the hips last. All right, let's float those legs to a tabletop position. lightly squeezing the ankles, thighs, and knees together. We'll take those arms out to a low V so that we've got a little bit of space to maneuver around. Then we'll inhale as we rotate to one side. Hip will lift off the floor, but we'll keep both shoulder blades on the floor. And we'll exhale to lengthen those legs. Inhale to bend. And then exhale to come right back in. Switching sides. Let's inhale. Other side. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. And exhale to draw it in. Let's add some pointing and flexing of the feet to this. So we'll inhale to rotate. Exhale, point and lengthen. Inhale, flex. Bend back in. And then exhale, back to start. Switching sides. Inhale to rotate. Exhale, point and lengthen. Inhale, flex and bend. Exhale, rotate to start. One more round, each side. Inhale to rotate. Exhale, point and lengthen. Inhale, flex and bend. Exhale, back to center. Last time. Let's inhale to rotate. Exhale, point and lengthen. Inhale, flex and bend. And then exhale, take it back to center. Let's let those feet float their way back down to the floor. And let's take those arms up over the shoulders, going into scapular mobilization. Let's inhale to reach up toward the ceiling, protracting the shoulders, and then exhale to draw them together and down the spine, retraction. Again, inhaling to reach, exhaling to retract. One more, inhaling to reach and exhaling to retract. Let those shoulders return to neutral, and we'll let the arms float back down toward the hips, palms facing down. Let's inhale as we elevate the shoulders, shrugging them up toward the ears, and then exhale to press the fingertips toward the heels. Let's inhale to lift, and then exhale to reach. One more, inhaling to lift, and exhaling to reach. And then we'll inhale, just let those shoulders come to a neutral position, going into our head nods. Let's inhale to nod the head, leaving the skull still on the back of the mat or the floor. And then exhale to release. Inhaling to nod, and then exhaling to release. And one more, inhaling to nod, and then exhaling to release. Continuing on, let's let those hands float up, just hovering off the mat or the floor on either side of the hips. And we'll inhale to nod the head, but this time we'll exhale and curl up, reaching the fingertips still toward the heels. In our ab prep position, we'll inhale here at the top, and then we'll exhale to roll it right back down to the floor. Let's inhale to nod the head. Exhale. Let's flex and curl it up. Inhale here to hold, and then exhale, curl it back down. Last one like this. Let's inhale to nod. Exhale, curl it up. Inhale, hold, and then exhale, roll it right back down. All right, let's add on. Inhale to nod the head. Exhale, curl it up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, pulse a little deeper for one, then back off slightly. Exhale deeper. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. And 7. 8. 9. And 10. From here, inhale, lift the arms toward hovering over the same direction as the shoulders and rotate so that the palms are facing in. From here, going to our scissor arms. So we're going to exhale to scissor the arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, scissor the other way. Inhale, center. Exhale, scissor. Inhale, center. Exhale, scissor. Inhale, center. And exhale, scissor. Inhale, center. Exhale, scissor. Inhale, center. And then exhale, roll it right back down. And let the hands float back down to either side of the hips. Excellent work. Let's flip it over to our stomachs. And we'll take those legs about mat distance apart, turned out at the hip joints so that the toes are pointing toward the corner edges of the mat, if you have a mat. Then we're going to take those hands and place them just under around the fronts of the shoulder, and those forearms are going to be glued to the floor to begin. So we will be pressing lightly into the floor, but really here we're using our back line to contract and curl and lift us up, which we'll be doing on an inhale. So we'll begin hovering here in a neutral spine. Let's take a full breath in and out to prepare, and I'll be turned slightly so that we can see and hear and talk to one another. So we'll take a breath in and out. Think of squeezing the glutes lightly together and pulling the belly button away from the floor the whole time. And then we'll inhale to lengthen forward and lift, pressing very lightly into the floor with the hands and keeping the legs on the floor. And then we'll exhale to curl it back down. Let's take 2 more. Inhaling to lengthen forward and lift, and then exhaling to lower back down. 1 more. Inhaling to lengthen forward and lift, and then exhaling to lower it down. Those palms can float their way to face the hips on either side of the body, and we'll keep with the same breath pattern here. A full breath in and out to prep, breathing in and out, feeling the glutes contract to support us, keeping the legs and toes on the mat or the floor, and feeling that belly button pull away from the t-shirt. We're going to take a breath in as we lengthen and lift through the pinkies, taking the spine with us, and then we'll exhale to curl it back down. 2 more like this. Inhaling to reach behind you and lift through the back of the pinkies. And then exhaling to lower it down. 1 more. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower it back down. All right. Those hands can find their way to a stacked position. And we can glue the forehead on top here. Again, I'll be slightly turned so that we can see and hear and talk to each other. And we're going to lift in this position, keeping the hands and forehead glued together. Here we go. Full breath in and out to prepare. Breathing in and out. And then we'll inhale to lengthen forward and lift. Probably won't go as high, and that's okay. And then we'll exhale to curl it back down. Again, inhaling to lengthen forward and lift. And then exhaling to lower down. And last one, inhaling to lengthen forward and lift. And then exhaling to lower down. Keep the forehead glued here to the hands. I'll be turned so we can address one another, but we're going to go into single leg extensions. So we're going to think about lengthening one leg along the floor so much that it lifts through that glute and hamstring connection just slightly. And then we'll exhale to lower it down. And we'll switch sides. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower it down. Still feeling that belly button pulling away from the mat the whole time. Again, switching sides. Inhaling, pointing through that toe to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower down. And again, switching. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower down. And then inhaling to lengthen and lift for 3. Exhaling to lower. And last one, inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower it down. All right, now remember, you guys are still here with the head down. I'm going to do head down with you guys, and we'll see how this transition works for us. So we'll begin with one side lifting, the other side lifting, and then we're going to add on with the upper body as well. So crucial that we're still trying to pull that belly button away from the floor the whole time. Here we go. Starting on the right. Let's inhale to lengthen and lift through that glute hamstring connection. Keep this here for an exhale. Then inhale to lengthen and lift through that left leg, glute and hamstring connection. Hold for an exhale. Then let's inhale to lengthen and lift, just like we did in our breaststroke prep 3. Here we are, and we'll hold for an exhale. Take a breath in as you lengthen out through one arm. Exhale, other arm, and let's enter into our swimmer. Breathing in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts. Here we go. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold and lengthen. And then exhale. Release everything slowly back down to the floor. Sweet, we did it, and that was awesome. Let's press up and back and take a gentle shell stretch, rounding all the things, but still feeling that belly lightly contract in. For a nice full breath cycle here. And then let's switch it on over to sitting upright. And we won't use it just yet, but you'll want to have, if you elected to use a roll-up bar, you'll want to have that fairly close by in reaching distance. So we'll begin sitting up nice and tall here, entering into our half roll back. So we'll take those arms out like little zombies here. Palms facing down to begin. We'll inhale up nice and tall. And then on the exhale, we'll round through that lower belly, rocking back. It's a curl here. And then we'll inhale to scoop and dive over an imaginary beach ball, trying to keep the arms level with the floor. And then we'll exhale to take it back, letting those shoulders glide. Inhaling to scoop over. And then exhaling to rock it back. Inhaling to scoop and lift. And then exhaling to rock it back. And this time, we're going to inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale to hold. And then we'll inhale to stack it up nice and tall. Let's take those arms and rotate so that the palms are facing one another, going into our obliques roll back. So we'll inhale up tall. And then we'll exhale, curl through that lower belly, and then sweep the arm out as we rotate. Front arm still reaching long and forward, not coming across. And then we're going to inhale as we sweep and come back up tall. And then we'll switch sides. Exhaling to curl back and rotate. Checking in with this arm, making sure it's still reaching forward. And then inhaling to scoop and sweep it up tall. Switching sides. Exhaling to rotate. And then inhaling to stack up tall. Exhale, curl and sweep. Inhale, stack it right back up. Last round, exhaling to sweep and inhaling back up and exhaling to sweep and then inhaling, taking it up. And this time we're going to exhale and curl it down to the floor. So you may want to make sure that you've got enough clearance behind you. And then we'll exhale, taking it all the way down to the floor. Arms coming up and legs going long and flexing through those feet so that we've got a little right angle at the ankles. Now here, if you've got you a makeshift roll-up bar, then we can get that guy out and we'll take hold above the shoulders here. And we're going to think about making sort of an OK symbol here with the hand and then lightly closing the fingers so they're just resting over the bar. We're not death gripping. We want to think about a tiny bit of gentle pressure on the outside of those pinkies as well. All right, now that we are set up with our bar, we're going to inhale here, and then we'll exhale to take that bar to our start position, biceps toward the ears. And then we'll inhale as the bar starts to come up overhead. And then we'll begin exhaling to curl over our lap. And we can feel what a difference that bar makes if we decided to use one. Then we'll inhale to stack it up and take that bar with us into a salute. And then we'll exhale to curl it back. Rounding right back the way that we came. Arms coming back overhead. Again, let's inhale as the arms come up over the chest. Exhale. Curling over, leaving the legs on the floor. All the way over. And then we'll inhale to stack it up tall, taking the bar with us. And then exhale to curl it right back down to the floor, taking the arms back to that start position. Last time, inhaling, arms come over the chest, exhaling, curling up and over, and then inhaling to stack up tall in a salute, and then exhaling to curl it all the way back down to that start position. And then we can gently relax, setting the bar off to the side. We did it! All right, now still staying reclined, although in my case, shimmying forward just a tiny bit. We are here with the legs long. Let's go ahead and bend those legs so that the knees are toward the ceiling, sits bones distance apart. And we're going to enter in to the beginning of our long ab series. So, first things first, prepping for our 100. We can stay here with the feet planted, and we'll be here curled up pretending like we're banging on an imaginary mattress behind the hips, breathing in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts. We can also float the legs to a tabletop shape. We can lengthen through the hamstrings here. We can also take the legs to a bent shape here and then lengthen out to 45 degrees and go back and forth, breathing in and out. Today we'll actually hold them at 45. So if you're with me, that's where we'll be. But we'll take a moment to get ourselves set up. So beginning reclining for everybody. If you are staying in an earlier position, you may be needing to pause for a moment as the rest of us join you for the count. But let's take an inhale as we nod the head. Let's exhale as we flex ourselves up. Let's inhale to float each leg up to tabletop, and exhale to lengthen out to 45. And let's breathe. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Take the knees in. Exhale. Let the fingertips rest on either side of the knees. And then we're going to inhale. Lengthen one leg. Fingertips frame the other knee, pressing through the glute and hamstrings. Then we'll exhale. Drop back in. Inhale, switching. Exhale. Drop back in. Inhale, switch. Exhale. Back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Back in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Drop back in. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale. Drop back in. Fingertips. We're going to inhale as they reach toward an imaginary top hat that we take off as we lengthen the legs. And then we're going to exhale. Fan the arms around and draw the knees back in. Inhale. Top hat comes off. Legs go long. Exhale. Fan the arms. Last one. Inhaling. Hat comes off. Lengthen legs. Exhale. Draw it around. Other way. Inhaling. Opening out. And then exhaling. Drawing down. Inhaling. Fanning the arms. Exhaling. Drawing down. And last one. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Drawing down. Inhaling here and taking those hands behind the head just to support. And then we'll exhale. Rotate, going into our obliques. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, switching. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, switch. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Inhale, center. And exhale, switch. Inhale, center. And exhale, switch. And inhale, center. Keep going. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more each side. We got this. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Roll it down. Let the feet float their way back to the floor. Give the hips a shake. Give the head a shake. Give the knees a squeeze. Whatever floats your boat. And then we're going to come from there into our plank shifts. So we've been working on our entering into our plank shifts. Here we go. Let's tuck those toes, walk the hands a little bit further forward. we're going to take a breath in, and then on the exhale, press to lengthen the legs and check in with your body. You can see me making some small adjustments as I hold my plank because I want to think of my shoulders coming comfortably down my back, my spine neutral or maybe with a slight imprint to protect my low back so that I'm not just hanging here. Then I'm thinking of pressing those heels further away from me and putting some energy through those glutes. And now I'm going to shift my body just slightly forward, pressing through those toes, and then back. I'm going to inhale forward, and then exhale to press back. Inhale, and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Last one. Inhale, and exhale. And then we can inhale to drop those knees down. Once we've got the knees down, let's untuck the toes. And again, you may need to do some adjusting with knees, hips, and hands. But we're going to go into the beginning of our push-up. So we want to be in that same long dart-like position or diagonal line. But instead of how we do with our reclining bridge, prep, and hip roll positions, this time we are face down. So we're going to keep those elbows, instead of coming out wide, they're going to stay in toward the rib cage. And we're going to do 5 of them. So let's take a breath in and out to prepare. Breathing in and out. And this time we're going to inhale to lower to a hover, wherever you can safely and comfortably control. And then we'll exhale to lengthen. Inhaling to lower. Exhaling to lengthen. 3 more. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping the collarbones wide. And then inhaling and exhaling. Last one. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we can draw those knees in and press into a round shape for a shell stretch. And we can inhale and draw ourselves up. All right, we have successfully completed today's Pilates mat class. So let's take our last breath together, breathing in and up, and then exhaling and taking the hands down in front of this. Great work today, you guys. See you next week.